In Yellowstone, Kayce killing the wolf wasn't just a shocking moment, it was symbolic. So if Marshals Season 1 continues to reference or build on that act, it's not random. It's thematic. Because in this universe, animals, especially wolves, are never just animals. The wolf represented something spiritual, something natural, and something tied to Kayce's internal conflict. Throughout Yellowstone, Kayce's journey was deeply connected to identity, not just as a Dutton, but as a man caught between worlds. His vision quest, his spiritual reckoning, and his struggle between violence and peace all pointed toward transformation. The wolf appeared during a time when Kayce was being forced to confront who he truly was and what path he would choose. When he killed the wolf, it felt wrong on purpose. It wasn't framed as victory. It wasn't triumphant. It was heavy. The act symbolized a break, possibly from the spiritual clarity he had been seeking, or from the natural balance he was trying to respect. The wolf is often associated with instinct, loyalty, protection, and wilderness. In many traditions, it also represents guidance and self-knowledge. By killing it, Kayce may have symbolically severed a connection to a more intuitive, spiritually aligned version of himself. So, what does that mean for Marshals Season 1? If Kayce is stepping into a structured federal law enforcement role, the wolf's death could mark the end of his attempt to live outside rigid systems. In Yellowstone, he was constantly torn between his father's brutal ranch legacy and Monica's desire for something quieter and more grounded. The wolf appeared during that moment of existential crossroads. Killing it could represent choosing structure over spirit, duty over introspection. In Marshals, Kayce seems more controlled, more contained. That aligns with someone who made a definitive internal choice. The chaos of ranch politics may be behind him, but the internal cost of that choice lingers. Killing the wolf wasn't just about survival. It was about sacrifice, sacrificing a part of himself that wanted something different. There's also the idea of inevitability. Kayce has always tried to escape violence. Every time he attempts to distance himself from it, circumstances drag him back in. The wolf's presence suggested that he was being watched, guided, or tested. By killing it, he may have been rejecting that guidance, choosing to rely on his training and instincts instead of spiritual meaning. That decision fits with a character who believes protection requires action, even when that action carries emotional weight. In the context of Marshals, the wolf's death could symbolize Kayce fully embracing his identity as a protector within a legal framework. No more mystical crossroads. No more open-ended searching. Just decisions, consequences, and the badge. But here's the deeper layer. Wolves are pack animals. They represent family and loyalty above all else. Kayce killing the wolf might reflect separation from the Dutton pack, from the ranch, or even from the version of himself that existed within that family unit. If Marshals positions him as more isolated, that symbolism becomes even stronger. He may be operating solo now, no longer fully embedded in the Dutton ecosystem. It could also foreshadow emotional detachment. In many stories, killing a symbolic animal marks a turning point where a character hardens. Not cruel, but resigned. More pragmatic. Less hopeful. If that's the case, Marshals Season 1 might explore a Kayce who has stopped searching for balance and started accepting that his life will always involve confrontation. The wolf was the last reminder that he had another path. Once it's gone, the direction becomes clearer, even if it's heavier. Ultimately, Kayce killing the wolf wasn't about aggression. It was about identity. It marked a shift, a closing of one spiritual chapter, and the beginning of another grounded in action rather than reflection. And if Marshals builds on that, then the message is clear. Kayce isn't wandering anymore. He's chosen his path. The only question now is whether that choice brings peace, or simply a different kind of war.